On November 10th, Chinese Communist Party (CCP) authorities announced that they would crack down on monopolies in the online platform economy, taking aim at the internet giants. On the morning of November 10th, the CCP State Administration for Market Regulation issued an antitrust guidelines draft. The authority said it is to prevent and stop monopolistic behavior in the internet platform economy. The draft defines so-called monopoly behaviors in the platform economy in terms of monopoly agreements, abuse of dominant market positions, concentration of business operators, abuse of administrative power to eliminate and limit competition, restrictions on transactions, and differential treatment, big data taking advantage of frequent visitors.
The
CCP talking about anti-monopoly is inherently ludicrous. This is apparently related to the CCP's financial authorities and the recent withdrawal of Jack Ma's Ant Group listing. In fact, there is a problem of unequal distribution between the CCP's upper echelon and the financial companies or the high-tech internet companies. The spoils are unevenly distributed among the various forces and groups within the party. When the CCP needs to crack down on them, it will surely block them from going public and use other ways to do so under the anti-monopoly banner.
Shares in a number of e-commerce giants fell in the afternoon after the antitrust guideline was revealed, with Alibaba down 5%, JD.com down 8%, and Meituan down more than 10%.
These Chinese internet companies were given monopoly status by the CCP. In order to support these controllable private enterprises, the CCP used the power of the state to exclude similar enterprises from the United States, such as Amazon, PayPal, and Google. In effect, the CCP's monopoly protected Chinese companies and made them grow. In other words, if these people do have a monopoly, it's given by the authority. The CCP allowed it and supported it, so it's ridiculous for itself to talk about monopoly now.
On November 6th, 3 departments, the State Administration for Market Regulation, the Cyberspace Administration, and the State Administration of Taxation, summoned representatives from 27 major online platform companies, including Alibaba, ByteDance, JD.com, and Pinduoduo, warning them to comply with the law and strengthen self-regulation.
I think it's just a carving up of interest. The current authorities might have failed to get the cake before. The previous cakes have all been taken. This regulation is the redistribution of benefits. As the saying goes, there are policies on top and countermeasures on the bottom. Whether it's the so-called internet giants or the white gloves, middlemen or outfits, which launders dirty money, of high officials or corrupt officials, they always have a way. Publicizing these policies now is just making a show.
These high-tech financial firms are indeed beginning to threaten the CCP's position in the financial and banking community because they operate the banks in a way that internet firms do. They're also taking in money to do banking, but they're not banks.
Actually, this plan will just be a gust of wind. After a while, I think it will be the same as before, because people's consumption habits have already formed. Online shopping has already become a relatively important consumption channel.
Last week, after the CCP suspended the listing of Jack Ma's Ant Group, analysts said it was likely that Ant Group's emergence as a private company had broken the communist government's financial monopoly and posed a threat to its authoritarian rule. An editorial in the Financial Times said that once financial tech companies like Ant Group grow big, the CCP government will regard them as being largely out of control. Financial Observer, a self-media blogger, said that the conflicts between Chinese online finance companies represented by Ant Group and the management of the CCP government are not only focused on actual control of the financial market, but are likely to have complicated political struggles behind it.